Good afternoon, everybody. Just want to come on here this afternoon. Want to publicly congratulate my youngest son for graduating high school yesterday. It was a wonderful ceremony. He's worked so hard. So proud of him. So that's a blessing. But today we're going to talk about dedication, which the dictionary defines as firmness of purpose or resoluteness. I know it's kind of a weird way of defining it, but so you're defining your purpose. So being determined, being focused, that's another way you can look at it. Being focused, being steadfast in what you're doing. So dedication is something that unfortunately a lot of people don't have anymore. They're not resolute in their thinking. They're not resolute in what they're doing. They're not. They're just not focused. So, in talking about dedication today, I bring that up because I was looking at, as I was sitting there, waiting for the person to call out my son's name at his graduation yesterday. I was looking back on just how hard he's worked the 4 years of high school that he's worked, and how dedicated he was to doing what he wanted to do, and that even if it was something new, he dedicated himself to it because it was important to him, and he wanted to get whatever he needed to get a particular outcome. So, for instance, there was a time he went to Boise State, which was at another university here in Alabama, and he wanted to run for office. And so that's what he did. He dedicated himself. He picked a position that he wanted, and he dedicated himself to running for that position. And because of his dedication and hard work, he got it. He was dedicated. He had purpose. He was resolute in what he wanted. Okay? President of the National Honor Society, president of the Model UN, vice president of several clubs, secretary of senior the school of the what's it called? What did he do? Young YLDP, he was secretary. I think he was treasurer of the student council. Spanish Honor Society, history. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff he was doing. The Alabaster City Teen Council, if I didn't already mention that. Just so many things he was doing. And I think that in the end, everything had to do with being resolute, being determined that, okay, I'm doing all these things, but the determination was to continue to do that and not get discouraged or lazy or whatever. He's continued to do that because it was an outcome he wanted from it. My youngest is competitive, and he's very determined. And once he knows what he wants, he's very determined about accomplishing it. And so, having determination not only applies, and I'm just using my youngest son as an example because he, graduated high school, which takes determination to graduate high school, with a 4.6 grade point average, with honors, valedictorian. That takes determination, to be able to maintain that over 4 years and not be distracted. See, the thing that hurts people's determination is distractions. Distractions can really hurt determination because they get you unfocused. Distractions, are what they are. They distract you from being focused. Okay? And my son stayed focused. Not that he was focused 24/7 all day long. No, of course not. But he was focused and determined enough to where he was able to accomplish just about everything he wanted to accomplish. So, that is, for a teenager, that's a wonderful thing, to be focused and determined. He knows what he wants to do when he gets to college. He's focused. He's determined to get that degree. So he's going to do it because that's what he is. He's a very focused individual. And again, it doesn't only just apply to school and all this other stuff, but it applies to spiritually. You have to be determined. You have to be determined to be able to focus on what you need to focus on, which is living saved and following God's word and doing those things that will in the end help you, of course, but you have to be determined to do that spiritually. You have to be determined to live right spiritually. You have to be determined. I mean, you have to be determined to do anything that you want to do in life. You have to be determined. Being determined is essential in meeting your goals, realizing your vision. Determination is important. Having a focused personality is essential. Now, like anything, you can go too far. But for the most part, somebody who's focused is an individual that you want. Okay, you give them something to do, they're going to focus their energies on getting that thing done. Okay. It's one of those things where that the less distractions that you have, the more determined that you could be to reach your goals in life, whether it be spiritual, physical, mental, jobs, whatever it might be. You have to be determined. And part of that definition of being determined was being resolute. Resolute meaning you're not moving. You're not swaying. You're standing firm. Okay? And being determined means standing firm. Okay? Being resolute means standing firm. You're not being swayed one way or the other. You're not moving whichever way the wind blows. Okay? You're standing firm. Okay? And that's how we have to be. Not only spiritually, but in everything we do. You believe in something, stand firm on it. Don't let people change your opinion unless they give you facts or truths to change that. Don't just change your opinion because a bunch of people don't like what you have to say, so you're just going to change it so you're not, so people will be nice to you. No, that's stupid. Stand firm on what you believe in. Hopefully, when you have formed your opinion and are standing firm on what you believe in, you've already done your homework. Okay? Be firm in what you believe in. Be firm in what you stand for. Be firm about you as a person. your personality. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to agree with you. But you are who you are. Okay? And as I've stated in previous videos, you know, what you are as a child up into teenage years when you graduate high school is going to be different than what you are when you get out on your own. In most cases. And so we have to be determined not to be swayed by just whomever because they don't like you or because they think you're wrong but have no evidence or proof to prove to you why they think you're wrong. They just don't like your opinion. No, you have to be determined to stay the course. Spiritually, we have to be determined to stay the course. We have to limit distractions. To be successful in anything that you do, you have to limit distractions and be determined. You have to be focused. You have to stand firm. Are we all guilty of not doing those things? Of course we are. But we have to be determined to stay the course. In these days and times, it's very difficult to stay the course because you'll be criticized, canceled, all kinds of things because you believe something that other people don't, but you're not moving. You're determined to stay put. Whereas there are other people trying to move you and sway you in a different direction. You have to be determined. People will respect you when you are determined to stay the course. When you're firm on what you believe, they will respect you. When you're wishy-washy, nobody respects a person that's wishy-washy. Nobody. Nobody respects somebody who's wishy-washy. People respect people that stand firm, that are determined. Okay? Employers want employees that are focused. They're determined to do the job. Okay? We in the military love people who are focused and determined because you can work with them. You can work with them. Because when you tell them to do something, they're determined to accomplish the mission. They're focused on accomplishing the mission. Okay? Again, as if with anything else, there's a downside. You don't want to be so focused that you can't adjust. So like a tree. A tree is firmly rooted in the ground, but it's got enough give so when the wind blows, it just sways with the wind. You don't want to be so focused that you break. That's a gem right there. You don't want to be so focused that you break. You want to be able to adjust. Okay? You want to be able to change your opinions when facts and or truths are presented. You don't want to be so firm that, you know what I'm saying, you're no good to not even yourself. You don't want to be so firm that you break. And once you're broken, it's very difficult to get yourself put back together. Not impossible, it's just difficult. Okay? So let's be determined, let's be focused, let's be firm on what we're doing. Definition of determined is being, resolute. That's being firm, unwavering, focused. That's determination. A lot of athletes you watch on television are determined because they want to accomplish a goal. What's that goal? First and foremost, that's to win. And secondly, that's to win a championship. That's why they pay all these folk big money. They pay them big money because they have talent that other athletes don't have. But with that talent, there's an expectation of winning. And when winning doesn't happen, then they get traded, they lose money, and so on. Coach Prime said something in a video I watched today, and he said something about the new college athletes and how, you know, they're paying them like adults, but they're treating them like children. If you can take the cheers, then best believe you better be able to take the boos too. Being focused and determined is being able to handle the cheers and the boos, but not focusing on the cheers and the boos. Okay? Being determined means you're there to do a job, and you have to be focused on that job, regardless if they cheer for you or if they boo for you. But you got to be able to handle both. You can't be so firm and determined that you break. You got to be able to handle the cheers and the boos. You got to be able to handle the people that cheer for you and the naysayers. But not so focused and determined that you break because of them. And being broke, it goes both ways. You can be broke for the people who are cheering you on and blowing your head up just as much as you can be broke by the naysayers. Oh, y'all ain't talking to me. See, words have meaning, but they have meanings in different ways, in both positive and negative. The people don't want to think about that. They only focus on one or the other. But in reality, a lot of the words and a lot of the things that we do have two meanings, both positive and negative. And you have to know about both. You have to understand both to be successful. Being determined can be good and bad. And you got to know the difference. And you got to be able to straddle that fine line between good and bad. You got to know the difference. Hence, you got to do your homework. You got to research. You got to do those things that's going to keep you focused, but not so focused that you break. Not so focused that the people who are cheering for you blow up your head so much that you break that way. And now all of a sudden, you got a complex, a superiority complex. No. And you don't want to be so firm and focused that the naysayers break you. You got to be able to sway a little bit. You got to roll with the punches, as they say. You got to be able to roll with the punches. That's key in this world. With everybody so polarized, that's key. You got to be able to roll with the punches. Is it difficult? Of course it is. It's easier for some than it is for others. Determination is easier for some than it is for others. But determination is something that can be learned and that can be mastered over time with experience and maybe even a little training. But a lot of the things that we deal with come through experience. And experience is a great teacher. You hope that you can learn without having to experience it, but experience is a great teacher. And in fact, experience is probably a better teacher than learning it in a classroom or in that type of an environment. But again, you'd rather learn it the easy way, but a lot of times the hard way is usually the best way. We teach our children things that we went through, that they're going to go through, that we went through, but sometimes some of our kids have to learn it the hard way because they don't listen. And you don't want them to learn it the hard way. But experience is the best teacher. Because sometimes just regular teaching doesn't do it. Sometimes people don't listen to you. Sometimes they just ignore you because they think they know better. Especially young people. Oh, you old, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I went through exactly what you're going through. What do you mean I don't know what I'm talking about? If you listen to me, then you don't have to repeat what I went through. But you know how kids are. Especially when they get in the teenage years. They think they know everything. They don't. In fact, they know very little. As smart as my youngest son is, with that great GPA and all the things that he's done, he doesn't know hardly anything about life. But me and his mama know a whole lot about life. And we can teach him something. Even though we're now done raising him, that doesn't mean he can't learn from us. That doesn't mean we're done being a parent. Because as parents, we're determined, see how I turned that thing back around, we're determined to see our children successful. Because they'll always be our children and we'll always be their parents. And we're determined to see our sons be successful in whatever they do. And it's because of that determination and that focus and that resoluteness that good parents continue to be there for their children, even though they've stopped raising them. Gotta be determined. Gotta be determined. Gotta be focused. Gotta be resolute. So let's be determined today. Let's be determined in whatever it is that we're doing. Let's be determined in that. I pray that your determination is for a positive outcome and that it's positive what you're doing. Be determined. Be resolute. Be firm. Roll with the punches. Bend, but don't break. And you'll find that you'll be more successful in life. Well, that's all I've got today. I appreciate everyone coming on. I appreciate all the views, the likes, and the subscribers that I do have. I have started a Rumble account, so y'all can see me on there. If everything works out, I'll be posting on there as well. So check me out on there. If you have any comments, leave them below. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Share. If you like it, share it. Check out my son's website. I will continue to promote his website. philmartin.org. That's PHILL Martin, MARTIN.org. Check him out. He's got a lot of great stuff. So I'm going to leave you for today. Prayerfully, we will be back tomorrow with another topic. Again, I appreciate each and every one that comes on and views and likes and comments and subscribes to my page and my videos. Thank you. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.